All right, good evening, MMA fans. It seems like we have a huge announcement coming from. I have mine actually from bjpen.com via Brett Okamoto. UFC 249 has officially been canceled, and that's really no surprise to me. Of course, earlier it was announced that the main event was replaced with Tony Ferguson versus Justin Gaethje. I had a lot of problems with that one to begin with, and that's a whole nother video. But after that announcement, of course, they did hit another few bumps in the road. Right, they had this new main event, uh, interim title. They had this new location. Everything seemed to be going smooth. It looked like this thing was going to happen despite all the criticisms the UFC was getting, which I think were rightly so. But the UFC, I can understand where they're coming from. First, they want to make money. I'm sure with their new ESPN contracts, they probably do have a certain amount of shows that they have to put on. It depends. I don't know what the agreement is, but I'm sure there's something like that involved, or you put on this many shows, or if you do this many events, or you bring in this amount of revenue, then X amount, whatever, all legal stuff, right? So I'm pretty sure that pressure is on too. But it seems like even with all that, we had news come in that Jose Aldo's pulling out of his fight because of visa issues, because of the global pandemic, of course. And of course, the Rose number one is also had to pull out for family related Corona 19 issues, as she stated. So the card's pretty much just falling apart. Like I said, this pandemic has really been no joke. It's really, shut a lot of things down. It's devastated families. It's devastated, many things, many communities, many families. And so it seemed like really this probably should have been, you know, from the get go, right? So UFC decides to cancel not only UFC 249. Let me go ahead and read the tweet. Brett Okamoto states, breaking, UFC 249 has been canceled. All UFC events postponed indefinitely due to COVID-19. Dana White says he was ready to promote the event, but things were taken out of his control. Much, much more to come, of course. So, which makes complete sense. COVID-19, as I just stated, is just really devastating. Families, communities, throwing a real monkey wrench, and really the whole world, the whole economy, causing issues. Right? We had visa issues with Jose Aldo, Namajuanas with their family issues due to COVID-19. I really didn't think this event should have gone on either way, especially after they lost the main event. You lose what's going to be the biggest fight ever. I was already iffy because it was going to be, in an empty stadium. And it just, like I said, the whole thing just didn't feel right. And I really lost interest once, of course, Khabib was unable to participate. So with that said, I think it's a smart move from the UFC and their owners, their board, to go ahead and postpone the events indefinitely, and just let this thing settle out. Uh, who's to know what's going to happen in the next few weeks as far as the United States with their curve with this virus and what's going through. Who knows what the toll's going to rise. With the news outlets, there's different facts coming out all the time about this. So we could see that we're reaching the curve, or we're just going to keep climbing. I'm really not sure. Best case scenario, I believe the latest that I've heard on the virus is it's probably going to be one of the worst weeks, and we're going to finally break that curve. But we'll see what happens. And like I said, I know the UFC, they really wanted to pull this off. They wanted to make money. They wanted to give fans with some form of entertainment, right? And of course they got their obligations with their contracts. But like I said, the smart move really was to cancel this and to postpone the events and be on the safe side. There's no reason to try to find other fighters and just make these guys go. It's not going to be profitable. You already lost a bunch of stars. You had one make believe title fight, interim belt between Gaethje and Ferguson. So this is the right move, and I'd say just let this pandemic pass. Let all the restrictions pass, and have these guys fight again. Best case scenario, maybe they fight in September. I doubt either of them are going to be out of shape. I'm pretty sure they'll find some ways to stay in shape. If we can have that fight then, yeah, hopefully this next time won't be cursed either. But like I said, post all these fights. I don't want these guys to fight. I don't want these competitors to show up, fight, and then get sick. And for what? You know, it would just be stupid, and it would look bad on the UFC. And it's not good for anybody. It's not good for business. I don't think it's not good for the fighters, and it's not good for the sport of MMA. Yeah, you want to be that sport that's breaking boundaries and doing things their own way, but not in this type of situation. Especially when there's a virus that's extremely contagious like COVID-19, and you see it already affecting fighters. You scrap that, and you keep the fighters, keep your staff safe, and then when this thing mulls over, bring it back up, start it again. I have no problem whatsoever with that. I did, however, have a problem with them trying to force an event on us. But like I said, they did the right thing. They canceled, and there's plenty of fights, man. If you think that like waiting a few months for this sport to kick back up is just gonna kill you, you know what? Try UFC Fight Pass. I mean, give it a whirl. Why not? You have hundreds, if not thousands, of fights, classics, upsets, stars being born. You have the whole thing. Rewatch it, man. Go rewatch all of Ferguson's fights. Go watch all of Khabib's fights, and get hyped up for it. Do whatever you want. Watch Glory Kickboxing on there. There's plenty of dude to occupy your time, and I think that's just how it's going to be until we get this sport, to get all entertainment and all sports back up and running. There's no rush. Like I said, I'd rather this happen and then see Khabib and Ferguson finally fight than see Ferguson fight some other dude for no reason for a belt that doesn't matter. I'm tired of interim belts. I'm tired of forced fights, forced matchups, and hyperbole to just get me to buy this thing. No, let's not do this. COVID-19, you did one good thing. You made this fight card disappear, and hopefully now you can just go away completely, and we can get our sports back. We can get our fighters back, and we can have more discussions like this. So you guys let me know what you think. You guys take it easy. Stay safe. Stay clean.